you. Welcome back. Serious question. Do you like these videos? Do you support this channel? Do you wear clothing? Because I would like to announce that I now have a T-shirt available with my buddy Nathan over at Relentless Merch. So if you want to wear my stupid fucking face out in public and you want to support Movies with Matt Honeycutt, then feel free and check the link down in the description and pick up your T-shirt today. But right now, we're kind of just going to talk about a movie that's got J-Lo in it and a giant fucking snake. Anaconda is a 1997 film starring Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, and fucking Jon Voight, struggling to survive deep in the Amazon against, you guessed it, an anaconda. The movie starts with Danny Trejo marooned on a riverbank. You're kind of far out here, don't you think, man? You good? He seems to be trying to radio for help, but I don't speak Spanish, so I'm just going to assume that he's disputing his Uber Eats order. But judging by the music and the nails in the fucking floorboards literally shooting up from the ground, I think he might be in some kind of trouble. So he starts making his way out of the boat. What the fuck, man? Anyways, he climbs to the boat's highest point and then just fucking offs himself. They must have really fucked up his order. Next, it just cuts to J-Lo doing some research on her Macintosh laptop computer. You can't afford it. And suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Could it be her Uber Eats delivery? Nope, it's just Professor Kale.
Professor Kale?
Kale? Yeah, I got my fucking order wrong. Anyways, she invites him inside to talk about their mysterious Amazonian tribe they're attempting to document.
You're a mess. What happened to you?
Respectfully, J-Lo, you're in the Amazon. Do you see an excess of toilet paper laying around? Anyways, the next day, J-Lo just meets up with Ice Cube. Celebrities.
Yeah, well, today's a good day.
Is that right?
What? So apparently, Ice Cube and J-Lo are just longtime friends from America just shooting a documentary out in the jungle. What could possibly go wrong?
Now I cannot be responsible.
So then we meet Dave Navarro, I think. We also meet the stereotypical pretentious British explorer named, oh shit, that's Owen Wilson. I kind of forgot he was in this fucking movie. So then...
Joignez-moi avec mon équipe dans les aventures assistants.
J'aimerais ça annouter qu'il n'y a pas de serpents géants ou des poissons carnivores.
Yeah, well, whatever the hell that means.
Anyways, the gang just gears up to embark on their big documentary. And we get a nice little montage of them just floating down the river and filming different segments when Owen Wilson just kind of fucking says,
Is it just me or does the jungle make you really, really horny?
Brother, what?
I'm serious. I've got like one thing on my mind.
Brother, are you talking to me? Anyways, the group just kind of finds themselves caught in a rainstorm when they stumble upon... Is that Angelina Jolie's dad? Fuck!
Thank the Lord for you!
So yeah, we get introduced to Jon Voight's character named Paul, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't trust Jon Voight to pet my fucking dog, let alone traverse the jungle with me.
Mattel!
You two fucking know each other? Brother, did you lose something over here? Anyways, Jon Voight claims to have seen the lost tribe they're trying to document, and he offers to help guide them down the river.
To see the real world.
So that night, Professor Kale tries to seduce J-Lo with facts about lightning bugs.
You there. Light flashes to announce their readiness to mate.
And brother, to my astonishment, it seems to be working. I wish I knew it were that easy.
10 million fireflies.
When out of nowhere, we get to experience Anaconda vision, which is a lot like critter vision and a lot like tremor vision, but this time you're just a big, stinky snake trying to eat Jennifer Lopez. And apparently a jaguar as well. The next morning, the stereotypical pretentious English explorer is doing stereotypical pretentious English explorer activities. And I really hope he gets eaten soon because I don't want to have to keep saying his full legal name the entire fucking video.
Snake totem.
Then the crew stumbles across a giant random totem pole that features a massive snake just eating a guy's fucking head in the middle of the jungle.
Shirishama worship giant snakes.
So the tribe that you're trying to find worships giant snakes, and their welcome to town sign is just a giant snake eating a guy's fucking head. You sure you want to keep looking for these people?
A Shirishama idol, although this is the subject of some dispute.
I know what I
Brother, they're shooting a documentary. Can you please get the fuck out of the frame? Thank you.
know. You can accept it or reject it. Leave me at the next village.
Anyways, John Voight has a temper tantrum because Professor Kale starts to figure out that he's a liar and most likely a fucking crazy man. So yeah, that night, Owen Wilson and his girlfriend venture out into the jungle to get some extra sounds. Yeah, and John Voight, ugh. Yeah, and then Owen Wilson and his girlfriend just kind of stumble into my goofy sound clips folder that I use for all these fucking videos.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Oh,
Unbelievable.
Thank you, I know. Come on, y'all. Anyways, Owen Wilson wants to show his lady a real anaconda, but then he's cockblocked by the sound of silence.
The silence.
Yeah, I fucking hate when that happens. Anyways, turns out it's not a big, long, throbbing anaconda. It's just a thick, hairy, meaty hog. Sorry for your disappointment, folks. And I know this because John Voight shoots it. And that prompts Professor Kale to tell everybody else to stay on the fucking boat, which means no more going out in the jungle and looking for sounds, you two. God's watching. The next day, the crew's boat gets jammed up because a fucking rope gets stuck in the propeller.
Tiny little catfish swims up into your urethra.
Yeah, and Professor Kale just starts freaking everybody the fuck out when he says that this river contains a fish that'll just swim up your piss hole and they won't fucking leave.
Finds a nice warm spot, spreads its thorny little spines, refuses to budge.
So yeah, then he just jumps into the river with the piss hole fish to try and get the rope out of the propeller. Next, we see J-Lo, who, to be honest with you, I kind of forgot was in this movie for a second, being creeped on by John Voight.
oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass up.
Back in the river, Professor Kale's just kind of practicing his best drowning impressions. But he takes it too far, and it forces Ice Cube to have to jump in after him to rescue him. Actors. But what actually happened was a wasp somehow got in his mouth. Underwater, with a mouthpiece on. I'm not going to ask any questions. Anyways, John Voight has to perform an emergency tracheotomy. At least he didn't get that fish up his piss hole. That would be a tracheotomy that you definitely do not want to get. Anyways, the crew is now forced to redirect their path to get Professor Pissfish to a fucking hospital. And we get more shots of the boat, and of John Voight being creepy, and of a fucking wall in the middle of the river. Well, what the fuck are you gonna do now?
I can blow in 10 minutes, or if you're feeling sensitive, we could turn around and lose 2 days. It's up to you.
So yeah, now I guess we're just gonna let John Voight just start blowing shit up. You guys really trust John Voight with dynamite?
For God's sake, blow the bloody thing.
Oi, governor. So yeah, John Voight and Owen Wilson just head over the wall to set the explosives. And there's a lot of what I can only assume is Anaconda vision focused on Owen Wilson, which in cinema is never a good sign. Anyways, they escape and successfully light the... So with creepy underlit John Voight now in control of the boat, they're headed to somewhere. I don't know where, and if I had to guess, he doesn't either. But before you know it, they stumble across the remains of Danny Trejo's boat. Sir, you can't park there. So John Voight, Ice Cube, and Dave Navarro just kind of jump into the river to investigate.
How to get a refund on Uber Eats.
While on board the boat, we see a convenient newspaper clipping from the local Anaconda Times. These guys seem to have been in the exotic animal business, but I didn't see any pythons. Meanwhile, in the belly of the boat, John Voight just kind of finds a box that seems pretty important, so he's going to haul it back up and take it to the boat. But then Dave Navarro just kind of slips off a stationary, half-sunken boat like a fucking idiot. He then immediately gets fucking door-dashed by a mixture of CGI and practical effects that resemble what seems to be a giant anaconda. Nobody else saw or heard any of that?
I'm going back.
Seems like everything in this movie just kind of rests on Ice Cube to go figure it out. So he goes and looks for Dave Navarro.
Come on, man, stop playing!
And you would not believe what Ice Cube finds. He finds his flashlight.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Meanwhile, John Voight just shows off his giant snakeskin condom.
What the hell is this?
Anaconda skin.
Is snakes out there this big?
This skin is 3 or 4 years old. Whatever shed it has grown since then.
Yeah, sure it has.
Snakes don't eat people.
Oh, they don't?
So John Voight goes on to explain in excruciating detail what it's like to get eaten by an anaconda.
They strike, wrap around you, hold you tighter than your true love. Power of the embrace causes your veins to explode.
Are you talking about the snake or that rubber you just slung out?
No, Mateo's probably just lost.
Oh, wake up!
Anyways, everybody just starts tripping because they're now getting hunted by a giant snake.
We've got to get the hell out of here!
Get a grip, Western!
I've got a grip!
According to one of my zoo books, it says the anaconda's got a pretty fucking good grip too. So, the next day, Owen Wilson poses the bright idea that the crew should scrap the old documentary and film a new one about hunting and trapping this mythically large anaconda.
How we go from taking Kel to the hospital to catching a goddamn snake?
Because that's what the screenwriter came up with.
But just remember, you don't know shit about the shit we're in out here, and neither do I.
You're losing me, Owen.
Imagine capturing something like this on film for the first time ever.
Fuck. Yeah, then Ice Cube just flexes on Owen and John, but ends up getting shot at.
I don't think so.
It's not the tag team I had in mind, but I'll work with it. Well, it appears that John Voight is now in full control of this movie's direction. So that night, everyone is super fucking bored. Seems to be a lot of that in this movie, unfortunately. But before you know it, John Voight gets a little nibble on his Anaconda line.
Nobody move.
But sure as shit, he hooked himself a big, sweaty, thick, muscle-bound snake.
That man gotta be crazy.
Just let it go!
Hell no, lady. That thing ate Dave Navarro and Danny Trejo. We're about to lay down some fucking hate. Anyways, Ice Cube's assassination attempt on John Voight gets spoiled when the snake's stupid tail launches his pocket knife into the fucking river. Yeah, and then all hell breaks loose when the anaconda throws up a fucking monkey on the English guy. But then Karma comes around and decides to try Owen Wilson for dinner. I don't think this is going to make a very good documentary, folks.
You brought the devil!
There's the devil inside everyone.
Dude, stop being so fucking weird.
I feel like I presume to throw you on the river. You like that, presume?
Brother. So guess what? More cruising down the river, more creepy music. We got to get this movie to an hour and a half, baby. Let's go. I kind of keep forgetting that J-Lo is in this movie because she doesn't really feel too much like a main character, but God, do I love her anyways.
And you can say that I'm crazy, that you're thinking already, but I'm telling you, baby.
And yeah, she tries to seduce Jon Voight. Fucking gross, but I'm pretty sure that facts about fireflies work. Luckily, Ice Cube says no Vaseline and cockblocks the shit out of him before the English guy beats him over the head with a golf club.
Should I hit him again to make sure? No, let's throw him in the rip.
Yes, absolutely. You should absolutely hit him again. So yeah, they just kind of tie him up, and of course he confesses to just using them to be able to find this giant fucking snake. But, at least with Jon Voight out of the picture, the crew seems to be a little bit more optimistic about getting home.
Take us back to crisp sheets and hot showers.
The playoffs and a six-pack.
Yeah, how about a huge clown that pulls on my toes at night?
18 holes of golf and a quadruple gin and tonic.
LA traffic and my cellular phone.
Yeah, crispy Dr. Blood and a rocking chair made out of zebra shins. Sounds nice, doesn't it, fellas? But unfortunately, they strand the boat. Jon Voight judo chokes Owen's girlfriend to death and then cuts himself loose with a rusty knife. Yeah, and just like the title of the movie, the fucking Anaconda shows up. J-Lo, hurry up. Okay, wait. J-Lo made it to the boat. Ice Cube made it to the boat. That only leaves... Meanwhile, Jon Voight jumps up and fights J-Lo and Ice Cube in a celebrity death match. Meanwhile, back at the waterfall, the English fella gets snatched up by the snake. Ice Cube gets stabbed and a goddamn tree falls on the boat. Could this get any fucking worse? Maybe the English guy made it. Nope. But I really don't like it that we don't know where Jon Voight's at. But I can't worry about all that right now. Ice Cube is getting fucking squeezed to death. But just when you think all hope is lost, J-Lo just kind of no-scopes the snake's eyes right out of its fucking head. But there's still 20 minutes to this movie left. He's not fucking dead. And where the fuck is Jon Voight? Yeah, he knocks the fucking tits off J-Lo and then tries to turn Ice Cube into ice cubes.
You suck.
Luckily, Professor Kale decides to become useful in the third act and stabs Jon Voight in the back with a dart. He's not fucking dead. Anyways, they're all like, "Thank you for your service, Doctor. Let's get you back to bed until you're relevant to the story again." And somehow they manage to get the boat moving again, and they just kind of stumble onto some old logging facility.
I don't even want to know what happened here.
Probably has nothing to do with that giant anaconda. But then J-Lo finds one of Jon Voight's condoms.
The snake skin.
Yeah, this must have been his old Jack Shack. I'd be on high alert, folks.
Look, there's plenty of fuel in here.
But then, when you think you're getting some Anaconda vision, psych, it's actually just Jon Voight vision.
Welcome.
So fucking Jon Voight ties up J-Lo and Ice Cube to lure the Anaconda to his stroke shelter.
Up.
Yeah, and then he covers the two in monkey's blood and then starts playing with powdered snake shit.
Human bones. That's how it comes out.
I'm gonna need a fact check on that, buddy.
Oh shit, look.
What? Oh shit. Wait a minute. That anaconda has both eyes, so am I fucking retarded, or are there more than one of these things? Has there been more than one this entire movie? Anyways, this snake wraps up J-Lo and Ice Cube. Jon Voight drops a net on him. He gets out of the net, then attacks Jon Voight. Jon Voight gets stuck in the net, and then we get this fucking shot. Am I getting demonetized for this? Anyways, Ice Cube and J-Lo try to escape when all of a sudden the snake fucking throws up John Voight and then he winks. Anyways, back to the movie. So J-Lo decides to try and lead the snake up a smokestack and then Ice Cube just hits it in the tail with a pickaxe.
Hey, can you climb up the top?
No. Brother, the exit's wired shut. Come up with a better plan, please. Anyways, Ice Cube lights the fuse to the oil drums and J-Lo can't get out, just like she said she couldn't. But she does manage to get out, and so does the dangerous end of the snake. Now, J-Lo is trapped at the top of a multi-story smokestack, and the fire is about to queef its way out of the exit. Anyways, she falls in the water. Thank God, right? And the snake is just fucking covered in flames. And if you thought that a regular anaconda was scary, wait till you see the fucking Ghost Rider style anaconda. Yeah, J-Lo, you thought. Huh? You fucking thought, huh? Anyways, the snake just kind of wails and wiggles around on fire like, brother, millions of years of survival instinct, just go under the water for like 3 to 4 seconds. You're already halfway there. Just put yourself out. Anyways, it just kind of dies, I think, and is John Voight okay? Oh, and the snake just kind of comes back, and then Ice Cube hits it in the cranium with a fucking pickaxe and calls it a bitch.
Bitch.
I can't leave that part out. Back on the boat, Professor Kale is still being useless.
You're a mess.
Brother, so much of this shit is your fault, directly and indirectly, so be nice. So they hug it out and start their journey back to not the Amazon River. When all of a sudden, we run into the Shiashama, and the Shiashama are all like, hey, did y'all see our sign back down river of the giant anaconda eating that guy's head? Don't go that way. Yeah, and then they all just sort of drift off into a crispy orange sunset.
You ready?
I think so.
And that's the movie Anaconda, folks. And just like a real anaconda, it's really long and kind of fucking stupid. But it's also beautiful and worthy of admiration in its own right. And I really just kind of take this movie for what it is. It's a movie about J-Lo and a giant snake. And that's all it needs to be. And I love it. And if you loved it, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And till the next video, I'm going to need you to make like a snake and go fuck yourself.